Thanks for coming back again. This is the second part of our today's lesson, and we're going to continue playing the same game. I will remind you the rules of the game. Every single participant is going to have a number, and we're going to randomly choose one number, and that number, which is chosen by a random number chooser, is going to answer to the question in the order. For example, you're going to let's say be number two and your number comes up first. So that person who comes up to be first is going to answer to the question one in this test. The question one is, which social media websites do you use? Okay, so if you're not able to answer to that question, your friend, any person who is participating in this game is going to, the next person is going to answer to this question. And if you are not able to answer, you're going to lose 1 point. So those people who have prepared their answer before we started the game, that's great because I gave you the instructions before. So you're going to have approximately 20 minutes or maybe even more to prepare your ideas, key ideas. Okay, so you might have good and brilliant ideas, but while you're speaking, while you are asked a question, right away, it feels like you have things to say, but you're not organized. Things in your brain are somewhere, behind your brain, or you wanted to say that, but during the test, you were not able to say. So we're going to practice this today, and tomorrow I will do a whole day of practice. It's like I guess we're going to start from 12, but maybe and hopefully we can start it even earlier than 12. Earlier than 12, maybe like at 10 o'clock. It depends. I'm a kind of a person who stays very late, like an late owl. I'm not an early bird these days. Well, actually, I am an early bird. I wake up very early, but these days, because of this quarantine, I got used to going back very late, almost in the morning after the dawn, and then I sleep for about 5 to 6 hours, and maybe we're gonna start it earlier than 12, but 12 is the starting point exactly. Okay, so that's gonna be a very good challenge for all of you to practice your day on, like, use the whole day practicing your English speaking. We're going to do this kind of activity again and again and again and again on different topics. But when you have this, um, when you feel like you're doing this a lot, you will start feeling that there is a change. You will start feeling that you have changed at least a little bit. Not like you didn't change and at all. I have felt like we've been studying for 2 months, and some of you have even not changed from the place where you were 2 months ago. So I thought we're going to do a massive practice, a lot of practice. Okay, so yeah, and those who are not able to, they can watch, or if you're not able to participate in all parts of the lesson, you can participate in some parts of the lesson. You can jump in, jump out, but it's better to jump in at the beginning of the lesson and jump out at the end, because I'm going to give you approximately 20 to 30 minutes of break time, where you can take 5 minutes of that time for to have a break, and another, let's say, 20 minutes of your time to prepare by taking. For example, I did the same. I read the questions and I wrote my keywords and let's say key ideas that I would be using to give my answer. So I'm the participant of this game, so there will be my turn also, and you will get to know what I think about this specific or that specific question. Okay. Um, I hope that I was clear enough and the instructions are clearly explained. Okay, I'm gonna give you. So we're this time we're eight. We have Munira joined, Kamola joined, That's great. I think we have some people left the game. Okay, so I'm gonna give number one to myself, number two to Sultan, number three Marjana, number four Munira, five Murajan, Kamala six, Kumush seven, and Medina eight. Okay, we've got eight people standing in the queue. Okay, I'm going to play that random number chooser. We got eight people and eight playing. Done. Okay, so the numbers are in this order. I'm gonna write it. Um, 4, 2, 3, 6, 7, 5, 1, 8. So that's gonna be in this order. So number four, as I said, is who is this? It's Munira. Oh, Munira, you're lucky. Number four is Munira, and Munira, you're going to start our game by answering to the first question. So next number is two, and that is that was Marjana. Marjana, you're going to answer to the second question. So Munira, here we go. My first question is, which social media website do you use, please?
Good evening, guys.
Um,
And my answer. To tell the truth, I actually use only educational websites for my uh, for my for myself. And for example, it's called IELTS Advantage and IELTS Writing 9 and etc. And I think this kind of social websites are so useful for our improving knowledge.
you say this kind of sites are good to improve our knowledge
Mhm.
in some specific things, right?
Mhm.
Okay. Thank you very much. That was a brilliant answer. Mhm. So my answer to this question would be like this. Practically, I use all of them. Nowadays, we have lots of social media platforms and websites where you can find a lot of interesting information. You can't make sure that certain areas of platforms or websites are the best. You have everything and every day new websites where you can totally feel yourself that there are more and more interesting things. But more actively, I use YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Telegram as they are the most famous ones all around the world and in our country. Okay, that was my answer. I didn't write the whole answer. I just took some keywords and I thought that they were going to be helpful for me. This kind of keyword taking is going to make me remember my answer in the future. So it's better to write down what I would say, and to say that out loud. If you're not able to do it within the class, do it at home. I know that it's a little bit boring. It's difficult to talk to yourself like a stupid person. But if you guys want to improve your speaking skills, that's how I did. That's how I improved my speaking skills. I know that it's not easy. I know that it seems boring, but you need to do. Okay, my next lucky person is uh, Sultan, right? Sultan, yeah, Sultan. Sultan, number two. How much time do you spend on social media sites?
Yes, I must admit that I am a busy person with my lesson and with other periods, and therefore I don't really spend more time on social media. And as I would really like to still, I would say that I spend at least 2 or 3 hours a day, and um, to see what my friends and others are doing around, and I have I can get a lot of information and around the world, and
World.
it's very interesting.
Thank you. That was a great answer. Thank you very much. That was great. I like your answer. Um, so, if you guys want to hear my answer, it would be like this. It all depends on my schedule. Normally, in the working days, I spend about 4 hours a day, but at weekends, I spend more than 10 hours because I lead some uh, public channels where I need to post some interesting information. You don't need to be too long because this is part one. You don't need to be short. Just a couple of sentences would do. Thank you very much. Thank you. Number three, I guess that was Marjona. And Marjona, number three, what kind of information about yourself have you put on social media?
Okay, to tell the truth, it actually depends on my what kind of social media I'm visiting. For example, um, if I visiting sites like Facebook, I'm trying to put only information like kind of things I really interest. For example, my hobbies, mm,
Mm.
places, and others.
Uh-huh. But what about the other social medias
Mm,
apart from
um,
Facebook?
for example, if I visit to Instagram, like I want to connect only with my friends.
Okay, so I guess you didn't really understand the question. The question asks you what information about yourself would you post on social media, like about your background, education, your address, your educational background, let's say, where you worked, whether you're married or not. Would you post all the information about yourself? Like some people like posting every single movement that they're doing. Like I'm now jumping, I'm now jogging, having a sleep, napping, having something to eat, see what I'm eating. Today is the 27th day I'm running. So some people like sharing every single thing. They feel themselves like a celebrity, but like, yeah, but some people don't really share a lot of things. As for me, I feel like I don't really like sharing information about myself. But again, when it comes to YouTube channels, I post everything from my side. it this is not about my life, but this is about my knowledge. So you should say what you post on social media about yourself. Okay, you get that?
Yes, yes.
Thank you. Okay, the next person is number six.
Mama, kamu wait, блин.
I'm sorry. I don't know why my voice went off. The question is, Kamala, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay. Is there anything you don't like about social media?
Despite the fact there are a plethora of websites which is worth to use because they are used for a number of purposes, including video chatting, calling, and video games, and so on. But at the same time, these websites like YouTube or Instagram have some drawbacks. The main disadvantage of these websites is that there are too much advertising in these websites.
Mhm.
That's all.
Oh, that's great. Okay. Yeah, you emotionally started the main, da, 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 and then hop, that's all. You have to
Too much
emotionally go back, like, and I think there are other drawbacks also, which yeah, just
more.
yeah, there are many more drawbacks. except this one.
Mhm.
Yeah, not like oh and boop, you have stopped. I felt like okay, she's gonna speak a lot. Great, thank you. That was great. Who is the luckiest person who got the part two? That's number seven. Kumush.
It's
Oh,
me.
you're the luckiest person.
Yes. Uh-huh. Now I'm going to talk about the things that I liked much. I liked very much that
Hmm.
I bought for my home is flower. I bought it 4 or 3 months ago. I don't really exactly remember the date and when I bought it, but it was very beautiful in a flower. It was a home flower in a small flower pot. There were three kind of flowers. In a different colors. The first one was red, yellow, and pink, and there were very small leaves of them. And it was very nice to see on my window, and I liked it very much. And it was not so expensive, and I don't really remember the cost of it, but I know that I bought it in Urikzor Bazaar in the market. It was the most beautiful flower among the other flowers.
Hmm.
That's all.
Yeah. Well, do you think in the future you would buy the same thing for your house, or would you did you change your mind?
Yes, I think uh, um, the things that we need for our home mostly um, is bought by my mother, and I bought the things which I want to see at home.
Hmm.
And I think there are less flowers in our home. Because of it, I wanna um, like make them much many of them. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. And yeah. Well, again, you didn't speak for 2 minutes, as you have noticed that. Um, please please speak at least 1.5 minutes. If it's more than, if it's approximately 2 minutes, that will be fine. Don't forget to talk about things in the past, things in the present, things in the future. I always say part two is going to help you with this. You'd say, okay, I remember that I bought a flower, that was a grade. You described everything was good, and the same. I gave you another question like in the future. I think I wouldn't buy this or I would do the same thing. Okay, so think about this broadly and make sure that you speak for at least 2 minutes. Thank you. Our next person is number five. And who's that? Morajan. Morajan, number five, I guess, is Morajan. Yes.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so your question is why do some people buy lots of things for their home?
Uh, People say that and there's no better place in this world than a home, and I agree. In fact, home is the place where we spend most of our time in life, and therefore it's only natural for people to buy a lot of things and to make the environment fun and comfortable for living. But of course, some people like to buy many pieces of stuff for their homes because they see them as some symbols of higher status and recognition in the society they live, while some have a large family and they simply need many things for their daily life.
Good, good. Did you read the answer?
No.
Okay, okay. Felt like you were like you're reading all the time. Yeah, be a little bit emotional. I felt like
I'll
you read.
just read it out, my speech. Yeah.
That's good. That's good. But still, you don't need to make that fast. You know, it feels like you have memorized some kind of answer, and you're like you're answering to this question like that. English is an emotional language. You need to pause sometimes. You need to like lower up your voice, and sometimes your tone should go down. That's the beauty of English. Okay.
Okay, okay. I got it.
Good. Thank you. Good. Well, the next participant is me. Oh, that's my turn. If you guys want to take my turn, I'd be happy. But if you don't, then I would be happy also to answer. So the next question to myself is: do you think it's very expensive to make a phone at home look nice? Well, personally, I don't really think that it's a very expensive thing to make the house look nice. I've decorated my apartments. I have, well, actually I have two apartments. The one that I have started decorating, it costed me a lot. It was a long time ago before before my marriage. As a normal Uzbek, I have spent a lot of money to decorate and make it look beautiful. But the second one that I got, that was after marriage, and I thought, why would I spend a lot of money to make my house look beautiful, and at the same time I would spend a lot. So I didn't spend a lot of money. I used some uh, used technologies, high tech technologies to decorate my house, and flowers, as Kamush said, and that made even look more beautiful the apartments. And you can see the apartment that I'm talking right now. It's decorated with almost nothing, but it seems to look, it's like a high tech technology. So yeah, that's the answer. You see, the way that I'm talking is more like a coffee shop method. I'm explaining things from deep inside of my uh, heart. It's not like I'm talking to an examiner, or I don't have someone in front of me who is interrogating me. As I said, I call this part of the test interrogative, yeah, investigation test. It's like a person asks a lot of questions, and another person, uh, yeah, Jahangir Hakimov, uh, he's one of my students. Yeah, he's saying, Walaikum Assalam. How are you? Okay, so yeah, I don't want to be disturbed right now. We'll reply later. And the next and the last person, who was the last person? Madina. Okay, Madina, are you ready to answer the questions? I mean,
Yes, I'm ready.
good. Why don't some people care about how their home looks? Please.
We all are different. Many people prefer. Many people like. Many people like that their homes looks very better. Uh, but in my opinion, some people don't care their homes because of their works. Uh, I
Okay,
think they are very busy person.
okay, so that's what you mean. It's like because they are very busy, they don't really care about their house.
Yes.
Good, good. Thank you. Okay, we're gonna go back to the first person. That was Monira. Monira, please. Your question is: in what ways is living in a flat apartment better than living in a house? Monira, are you
Um,
here?
yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
It's my perspective that this kind of ideas related to people's situation, and some people think that um, this kind of apartment are so small, are not big for our children, and they believe that it affects their psychology.
Mhm.
For this reason, I also prefer to live in a house.
Mhm.
House.
Okay. To sum up, give me your summary.
Okay.
Mira?
Huh?
Yeah, tell me your summary. What was the summed up answer? In what ways is living in a flat better than a house? Tell me these things are better in living in an apartment. I felt like I didn't really get what you wanted to say.
Mhm. In my opinion, a lot of people really want to live in a big houses. Um, for example, with a
Be
garden.
careful. Be careful. The question is,
Mm,
flat is better than house.
mm.
We're not talking that the houses are better than flats. What are the advantages of flats comparing to houses?
Ah,
You see that you didn't answer the question correctly. You're going around, around, and around, but I didn't get the answer. Okay, I'm gonna help you with that. Okay.
mhm.
Um, I personally think living in a flat and apartment is easier when it comes to the bathroom thing, because our traditional houses are built the way that the place where you live, your living rooms are on the other side of the house, while you have to travel from that side to a bathroom uh, through the garden. And imagine when you travel this distance in winter, you're going to catch some cold, or even you might have this uh, laziness to go to the bathroom sometimes. So that's one of the disadvantages. That's how I explained you. But you might have another options like um, cost effective, because you don't really need to pay a lot of taxes if you live in a flat. You don't really need to clean a lot of area. It's a small place, so you can clean it. It comes to girls. So it's like thinking of advantages of living in a flat comparing to a house. Did you get that?
Yeah.
I feel like you're very much tired, or people around you are sleeping, right?
No.
Okay, yeah. I feel like there are people around you sleeping, and you're like, yes, yes, it's like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Yeah. Then it's the first option. You are tired today. We've been doing a lot. We've been working with Monira from the early morning. Yeah, and thank you very much, Monira, again. You guys have to be always active like Monira, and hopefully that's going to help you. And the next person is Sultan. Do you think homes will look different in the future? Yeah, Sultan, do you think the homes will look different in the future?
Yes, yes. I think my homes will be very nice and comfortable for me, and um, it will be suitable, and I will try to build for all.
Oh, okay, okay. You guys are tired. All of you are tired, I guess. There are a couple of reasons. Maybe you're not sitting in a
Yes,
comfortable area where you can answer the question. Make sure when you are doing a speaking test, you have a comfortable area where you can answer the questions without any worry.
yes, yes, yes,
The question is, it's not your house or what you're going to decorate your house with. It's the all the houses. Are they going to look different?
yes, yes,
Okay, so
yes.
yeah,
Now,
go ahead and answer.
yes, I do think that homes will look different in the future,
Yep.
and that will uh, that will reflect in the changes in material we use to build our homes. For example, bricks and concrete would probably be completely uh, replaced by aluminum sheets and timbers
Wow.
and steels.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. Now you done better. Now you've done
Yes.
better. Thank you. That was a great answer. I have nothing to add. That's great. And the last person is number three, that Marjona. Oh, a thinking sound lady. We came to you again, Marjona. Do you agree that the kinds of homes people prefer changes as they get older? Do you understand the question?
Not clearly.
Um, Imagine you're getting older and older.
Mhm.
Um, would your preference change as you get older? Like you want to live in a flat, but as you get older, you want to move to a house. Would that be this way?
Um, yes, I think so because if people get older, uh,
If people get older, like there's a possibility not to get older. It's not correct to say if. I'm sorry to disturb you, interrupt you. I'm sorry to interrupt you. You can't say if people get older. People certainly get older. So you should say when people get older.
when people get older, um, um, the territory is changing,
Okay.
and like that, if they living in a flat and then want to live in a house.
Okay, and why?
Because
Because of their character change?
yes.
Why do their character change? They get older, their character change. Mhm. Well, well, I would say the older you get, the less you're patient. So if you're living in a big city where it's noisy and a lot of uh, cars around you, you would start preferring living in a place where it's more quiet. So people who live in a country, I mean, in a city, would prefer moving to a countryside,
Yes,
uh, which means in countryside you'd probably find more houses comparing to flats and apartments. Am I right?
yes,
Thank you. What is my score?
mine.
Nine. Oh, thank you very much. I wouldn't say that it's nine. I wouldn't. I feel like my speaking has gone down because I'm talking to you guys for most of my time. And in Uzbek they say qozonga yaqin yursang qorasi yuqadi. And you guys are very bad qozons. All of you are very black, and I'm very close to all of you, and then your qoras are like coming to me and like sticking into me, and I feel like instead of growing, I'm going down. But hopefully, I will pull you up. The stronger side always pulls the other side. If you guys are stronger than me, then you will pull me down, and I hope that I'm stronger than you so I can pull you up. Um, so, to sum up, we've got 4 minutes left, and that was the second part of our intensive challenge for improving speaking. We're going to do as much as possible tomorrow. Maybe we're going to do 10, or maybe we're going to do even 20 speaking activities tomorrow. So if you have any plans, please reschedule it to another day. Tomorrow is going to be a very, very intensive speaking day for all of you. If you have anything left over doing, do it now or do it early in the morning before I wake up and start sharing um, the links to the channel, to the chat room. So we're going to start, as I have already said, we're going to start at least from 12 until the end of the day. We'll have a break while you have to get a dinner or have to get somewhere. Um, but we'll spend almost more than 10 hours tomorrow to improve your speaking skills. And after that, you will feel, and I will also feel that you have changed your speaking a lot, because that's the practice that I'm doing with my student. His level was zero, zero, even -5, I would say. And now I can see he is changing. He's got something to say at least. But you guys have already got lots of things to say. But the problem is you can't put it into the right place to speak it out. So, um, welcome to the channel. Be always challenged, and wait for tomorrow. Have a good night's sleep, and we're going to meet up with you guys tomorrow. But before we start tomorrow's lesson, I'm going to send the third test right now, maybe. It's not a problem for me. So you can come to the lesson ready to start. Okay, so I'm gonna let the others also know with the voice message within 5 minutes. I'm going to upload these videos on YouTube. If you want to, you can then watch it. The parts where you spoke, and try to analyze what kind of mistakes you probably made I might not. I noticed, but I didn't give you a feedback on that because I didn't want to stop or interrupt you. Uh, yeah, wish you all a good night. Have a good night's sleep, and see you guys tomorrow. So if you guys have no other questions left over, thank you for participation. And yeah, see you guys later tomorrow. Be active, stay positive. Goodbye.